Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And who's ready for the 704th quarter?
Who wants a free t-shirt?
Hey, all of the lights.
Yeah, we go to too many games.
The Hornets are playing in the fourth quarter against Toronto right now. Trying to make a comeback. LaMelo Ball is back playing. Brandon Miller practiced for the first time today.
Let's go.
And did practice with the Greensboro Swarm, which is like right before they get ready to take you off the injury list and put you back into the game. So we might be getting Brandon Miller back. It's fun times right now. For those of y'all that don't care, that's Hornets. Oh my God, Ryan Kalkbrenner just got killed by Brandon Ingram. He dunked on him, and I think Kalkbrenner might be dead. But other than that,
I can't see the TV from right here.
It's been a good. Well, that's your fault. It's been a good.
No, it's not.
704th quarter for us, and we are cutting it down to 4. The official weapon of the show is
folded in chair,
and the unofficial sport
bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. And we're just doing this late night because there's stuff I want to talk about with just life and politics and all that, like regular stuff. But tomorrow we have a guest, Mike Kaplan, and when me and Mike and Karen are here, we kind of just get to talking, and we might not be able to cover as much of the like news and current events and pop culture stuff. So I was like, let me see what we can knock the dust off of tonight, and then move into in a more, because it might be a more talky episode tomorrow. So I guess first things first is by the time you hear this, we should be activating the annual Black Friday sale on our website. It should be active on Patreon on the 18th. And so you can go to the blackouttips.com/premium. The link is in the show notes. Our Patreon, I think the patreon.com/the-blackout-tips is there. And yeah, you can sign up and become a member for that sale. $100 for the whole year, 12 months of podcasting behind the scenes, where we put out more podcasts than the average podcast
for their regular ass
puts
show.
out for their regular feed.
Yes, we do.
I promise you it's worth it. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, theblackouttips.com. I'll walk you through it, help you out as much as I can.
Yep. And for those of you that have signed up before through the website, it automatically renews. It should normally let you know a renewal is coming up. And for those of you that want to switch over to Patreon, you can cancel that and then switch over to Patreon if you would prefer to get it through Patreon.
And if you have questions or need help, you can email me, theblackouttips@gmail.com. That's important. Theblackouttips@gmail.com is in the show notes.
Yep, the best way to contact us, please do not contact us on social media.
Yeah, don't DM me.
Nope.
Don't. It's really hard. I can't keep track of that. I don't even like when people try to do business through that, because I've lost business opportunities because I can't keep up with, like, I didn't get my DM on Instagram. Like, come on, man.
Right.
But anyway, let's get into the show. Do you have any banter or anything?
I do.
All right, let me pull up the banter music. There we go. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. Go ahead.
We was riding down the road, and I do not know who thought this was a good idea. I happened to look up, and it looked like a back of a truck with a big ass sign on it that says 20 ribeyes for $35. I said, Roger. I said that, I was like, that is cat mix. Like, that is not real meat.
Yeah, I was like, 20 rib. It doesn't say what animal the rib eye. It could be raccoon rib eyes. It's
in the back of a truck. Is it even refrigerated? The fuck is this?
I know we're going through it. Okay, don't get me wrong. I know the economy is down and it's bad. And I know we're doing whatever we can to scrimp and save and try to get what we need out of this economy.
Right.
But I also can't imagine it's $20 ribeyes for $40 bad. Like it's not bad enough yet for me to trust whatever that meat is. That could be human meat.
For real. You know it ain't FDA approved.
Like, is that a trick by, like, is that how ICE get you or something?
To see if you would take the sale.
It wasn't the back of a truck. It was a tent. It looked like a tent on there, and it was scary. I'm on a Reddit. This is what it looked like, but like on the side by a gas station.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, the one we seen, it was like a truck with that sign.
It was a tent too.
Oh,
I looked over there. Yeah, because I looked over there. I was like, what is that white tent doing there with that big ass sign? And I was like, oh,
must travel the country with this shit.
And so on Reddit, this is a thing. Like, people have seen this before. People are talking about these 20 and of course the rib. It's in Reddit. It's like, can I trust this? Is this real?
No.
Steak. This is a year ago. Steak. 20 ribeyes for $40. See this guy at my gas stations a lot selling them out the back of a pickup truck.
You know it ain't even cold. This shit probably got all types of mold and mildew on it because it ain't cold enough.
I'm not trusting steaks sold out of a tent.
No.
And I'm gonna be real with you, because I know how our audience is, and I know there's somebody like Sean or somebody out there that knows everything and has tried everything and will tell me that I'm ignorant for assuming this. I know there's people that are Arby's apologists that'll be like, no, you can trust it. Tent ribeyes steaks is good. I also now don't trust you if you say that. Just letting you know.
Nope, I don't trust you.
You are added to the list. I feel like there's items that shouldn't be sold out of unconventional housing
right,
and
unconventional
buildings.
methods.
And I feel like steak out of a tent that's green eggs and ham on a train.
Come on. What is happening here? Ain't no refrigeration. What is happening?
Like, I don't know what. I mean, they probably got refrigerators. It's probably like the same kind of refrigerator you had in your dorm room.
Right? That was barely cold. Them little small ones that got barely over 50 degrees.
I don't know who the people are that's buying it, but I mean, they must be sliced thin as. They must be like, you get a sheet of ribeyes. Like, you must be like, oh, we got 40 loose leaf sheets of ribeyes.
You get parchment paper of ribeye. What is this?
Them ribeyes probably, you get 40 of them, but it still weigh about as much as 2 ribeyes.
Yeah, it does.
It's like, yeah, you could, now look, what's the instructions for how to cook these? Put it on the grill, 10 seconds. It's done. That's how thin it is.
Now if you buy that shit, you better cook that bitch well done.
If you want a medium, put them on the grill 5 seconds. If you want them well done, 10 seconds. That's how thin they are.
Yeah, it's like eating skirt meat.
I don't know who these people are. I don't trust it. What's the FDA? This is what happened when you let RFK Jr. be in charge, because he probably got a brain worm from eating bears in the park raw or whatever, and now here we go. With he done rolled back all the rules where we can get tent steaks.
Tent steak. The hell is this?
Well, what's next? You gonna get lobsters out of an igloo? Like, what are we doing? We just making up meats and matching them with housing. That's what we got now. I'm good on that. I'd rather eat steakums.
I would too.
It ain't nothing but steakums. I bet you it's steakums.
But like this, at least with steakums, your blood pressure might be high, but you ain't gonna die immediately.
He done repurposed some steakums and be like, y'all need to come get these. Y'all better come get these ribeyes for $40 for 75 of them, because that's a good deal.
The steakums full of so much sodium, it's gonna kill all the bacteria.
I know that motherfucker. I know whoever that dude was. He looked at the motherfucking inflation numbers and was like, yeah, so it's my time, baby. Pull out the steak tent. It's time. These people desperate, okay? Target, they about to go back to Target if they get
about to go back to Target
for 17% less on Thanksgiving meals. They ready to break the strike on Target.
It's 17% more salmonella.
Right. And listen. Speaking of Target, not only do I not shop at Target, because I know some of y'all, like, I'm militant, I'm pro-black, I don't They messed up with that anti-DEI shit. I don't fuck with Target. I'm done with them. That's cool for y'all, okay? But me and mine, we go a little further. I steal from Target.
Oh, Lord.
Because I'm more woke than y'all, okay? They owe me for my peoples, okay? I'm willing to go to jail for this. I go up in there and I just take something, put it in my shirt and walk right out and be like, fuck y'all.
No, sir.
Black Lives Matter. And they be like, okay. That guy, he gets it. So thank you. Listen, I encourage all y'all, steal from Target.
You better not.
Take it to the next level. Don't just be satisfied with boycotting.
You better have some bail money.
Don't be satisfied with boycotting. Put your life on the line, y'all.
They still record everything.
Get in there, take a Twix. I don't care how small it is. Everything counts when it comes to hurting their bottom line.
Nope.
Karen?
Don't y'all listen to him. That was it.
Okay. The last thing for me is they making a sequel to F1. I found out they're thinking about it. I saw that movie in the theater. It was fucking amazing experience in IMAX. Definitely recommend it for people if that's the best way to see it. It might not hit the same on Apple or whatever, but anyway, they're making a sequel. Y'all know my thing about sequels. What's gonna be the name? If the first one was F1 and you make a sequel, should it be called F2?
That makes sense. Yes, it should be called F2.
Does it have to be F1 plus 1? You know, maybe we add another driver to the mix. F and another one. You know, I could get down with that. Somebody, I said on Twitter they should call it F2, and someone said, I think it was Super Sports Girl. She said only if they put control in front of it, like control F2.
Let's go.
I was like, you know what? I like that. You get me. Okay, you allowed to punch up my jokes. I like that's the kind of silly corniness I'm into.
Yes, control F2. That's actually great.
But yeah, I don't know what a F1 sequel would be about, but yeah, I'm in just because there's certain movies where it's just like, yes, we just got the lead. There's certain movies where it's just kind of like, you know what, dog? This is for people that go to movies. So keep making these. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like not every movie is good in the way of like, man, I've never seen this before. Sometimes it's just like, if you execute the movie well, I'm in the theater, it don't have to be mind blowing. It's just a thing well done is a thing well done. Yes. F1 is a thing well done. The acting's good enough. The direction and cinematography is good enough. The cast is good, and so you just end up being like, yes, this is why I go to, one of the reasons I go to movies is for this big, shiny, expensive, you know, big stunts and all that kind of shit. Someone said F1 and Fast 10 crossover. That might be the only way we get Fast 10. Don't sound like they want to make that one, dog.
They said they was like, y'all need to cut this budget down.
Yeah, I would love to see it though. But yeah, all right, that's it. Let's get into some politics until we get mad.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you, fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Horn is up 2. Miles Bridges just hit a 3. We just got to stop. Miles Bridges wide open for 3 again. He missed it. Hopefully the NBA doesn't sue me for giving out accounts and descriptions of live. We don't know how litigious they are. We're gonna find out on YouTube, guys. All right.
Right. The likeness, it is not supposed to be blah 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 blah.
Yeah, tie game. Although they didn't call that travel on Scotty Barnes. All right. Nicki Minaj to speak at United Nations on behalf of Trump administration. Of course. Okay. And do tell, Karen.
And the thing is, she's been slow, in my opinion, she's been slowly going down a rabbit hole. And I think she's been doing a lot of shit that has been very distractive, and she's been more and more aggressively kind of going to the Republican side by like her statements.
Well, we've been seeing that on Twitter. Like, she took a real big turn as of the last month or so, and it's kind of proof of concept of a thing we talk about. It don't take much. Like, Republicans are so happy to have a token. They'll take one with no bona fides. Now, it's not that Nicki hasn't been problematic and kind of in the toxic world of the Trump culture war. I remember her the lie she made up about a cousin who got the vaccine
doing COVID
in like Trinidad or something. She's not a citizen,
right? She couldn't even vote in this election,
and we're sending her to the UN to join Mike Waltz, the U.S. ambassador, to deliver remarks spotlighting violence committed against Christians in Nigeria. And it's all from her just tweeting.
Yeah, cause they don't.
And that's why I asked you when you said it's like, of course, it's not. It's exactly what you said, that she made this pivot. But also, what does it say about this administration that a month of tweets? And they're like a famous black artist who gave a month worth of tweets that seemed to her nonsensical tweets, but just signaled to us she's ready to come on into the Trump tent with these stakes.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and get her to selling ribeyes.
Right. And the thing is that there's nothing wrong with being black here and not being born and raised an American citizen. That's not the problem.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, it's the administration that got a problem with that, not us.
Yes. The problem is for them, they just see black. And like and not trying funny, they don't even do their research to find, to find like research on them. They just go, you black, you American, you a famous rapper as far as we concerned.
Yeah, I think they saw a popular person, a popular artist who was willing to burn their whatever for Trump, and they don't really care. They'll take any and every distraction, any and every piece of fuel they can get over there.
And also, they both are distracting each other. She's helping them distract from this, and they're helping her distract from her husband and her being dragged online, and her crashing. Right, like not trying to fun. Like everybody is helping each other be, in my opinion, be a distraction from the reality that they both need to face.
Nicki's involvement was reportedly arranged by Trump media advisor Alex Brusewicz, who is also expected to speak at the event. Yeah, it's like some Milo Yiannopoulos type shit. Like that's who runs a lot of this stuff. Is that like it's just a culture war for us. So all we really care about is anything. It's almost like the Russian bots on Twitter. They're not necessarily focused on any specific political movement as much as it's just, people are arguing and divided over this. Let's just go ahead and get into like whatever this is. They fighting about a dress color. Is it blue or gold? Let's start the bots up. And I feel like she signaled to that. Now, some people are saying maybe she's trying to get her husband taken off of the pedophile watch list. Maybe I guess that could make sense too, because Trump is very transactional and willing to trade a lot of stuff. Although I don't know, I could see him doing something like that just off of the Epstein shit alone.
Yeah. And it's also, I guess, me on the outside looking in my opinion, is one of those things where there are a lot of people that are here that can't vote, and they're still like, fuck Donald Trump. So this is a her issue.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And she's standing out on purpose because she wants, this is a choice.
It was she was rewarded for it.
Right. This is a choice. She wants to stand out, and it would not be surprising within a few months, maybe a year, you'll start hearing about charges against her husband being decreased, like they start downgrading them and shit like that.
A Department of Justice watchdog said they were fired over Pam Bondi's thirst for free stuff. So there's an ethics advisor that for the Justice Department that makes sure people don't, violate the laws of ethics, which is like, hey, getting a bunch of free shit, violating these ethical rules, like who you give contracts to and shit. So you're not just hooking up your friends and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, they were doing their jobs, and they said basically I got fired for doing my job and being like, you can't get these lavish gifts, including some exemplary cigars. His name is Joseph Terrell, the former director of the DOJ's Department Ethics Office. And he said he had to vigorously push back against Bondi's staff over their keeping a box of cigars gifted by mixed martial arts star Conor McGregor. MMA star Conor McGregor is who they got the cigars from. Now, what does Conor McGregor have to do with the DOJ? What? But yeah, he said we got a request about some cigars from Conor McGregor and a soccer ball from FIFA. And I felt like I really had to go to the mattress to convince the AG's office you can pay for the item, or you can return the item, or you could throw the item away. There's no other way to do this.
Right. Because,
so they fired him.
Right, because their job is like, hey, we have these laws for a reason, y'all. Y'all can't just be out here just wilding.
And McGregor was involved because I guess they're trying to do some sort of event at the White House for the UFC. And he claimed that he was in direct negotiation with the White House rather than the UFC, saying he wanted $100 million and 100 golden visas to fight at the event. And, of course, this administration's for sale.
Yeah, everything for sale. People, and when everything's for sale, that is very, very, very dangerous. You risk a lot of shit when everything's for sale.
Yeah.
He's been told people that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. If he was willing to take classified documents and put them in a fucking bathroom, do you think he gives a shit about anything else?
And it trickles on down.
Right.
Like, that's the real trickle down economics, is if the president is a person that don't give a fuck, then why would his deputy chief give a fuck? Why would the Department of Justice give a fuck? They don't give a fuck.
I'm not trying to be funny. Why would Nicki Minaj give a fuck? Because you have signaled, like in my personal opinion, Trump has signaled all you crooks, all you schemers, all you scammers, all you hustlers. He has put the motherfucking signal out. It is time to play, and there will not be consequences. But the thing is, there are not consequences for him. That's the thing. A lot of these scammers out here fucking around, and they're like, no, bitch, you not Donald Trump. Take your ass to jail. But for Donald Trump, he is like, hey, I scammed my way all the way to the motherfucking top. And he is like goes for so many of those people. That's why you have politicians that came out with being crooked. That's why you have, senators, governors, like they all are coming out and it's like, well, fuck, if he can get away with it, bitch, I can too.
The Justice Department, speaking of the DOJ, has sued to block California's U.S. House map in a clash that could tip off control of Congress. Keep in mind, the DOJ did not elect to sue Texas or North Carolina or any of the other states that said they were going to redistrict, but were expecting to gain Republican seats.
Right, it get crickets.
But now that California's doing it, expecting to gain blue seats, and I think also because Gavin Newsom is such a loud albatross around Trump on social media, they're going after them, because Virginia also is redistricting to get more blue seats. I don't know if it's happened already, or if it's one of those things where like they, when that is triggered, they're going to sue, or they just ignoring Virginia. I don't know, but it says a lot that they're not suing.
Right.
When Texas,
if it's unfair, it's unfair.
Texas, Missouri, and North Carolina have not faced federal legal action for revamping district lines following Trump's call for new maps to expand GOP numbers in the House. And I'm sure, somebody will tell us, whether it's Ezra Klein or fucking Schwarzenegger or somebody will tell us how, the Democrats shouldn't do it just because the Republicans are doing it. But you don't see the power play that's happening right now. You don't see they flagrantly fouled us and they spit in our face, but we're getting ejected for punching them. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, they're gonna sue California over those maps. There's a long read here. I won't read it all, but Ezra Klein is apparently he's gotten the ear of some Democratic, and we lost by 2 guys. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Son of a bitch. Good defense by Toronto. Anyway, Ezra Klein is making inroads with Democrats who are seeking like voices to listen to, and when he said he was envious of Charlie Kirk, I was like, he was envious of the influence Charlie Kirk built, because what Charlie Kirk had was actual power within the Republican apparatus.
Yes.
People from Project 2025 and stuff like that were in alignment with him. He met at the White House and directed Trump and people in policy positions over the years many times. And I told you, it's the absolute value of Charlie Kirk, right? Ezra Klein would argue he doesn't really agree with a lot of his stances on things, but he was envious of that power, and he wants that for Democrats. When he was doing that interview with Ta-Nehisi Coates, which was basically just served as like a let me defend myself. But when he did that, he kept saying we.
That's not a we.
And he was talking about the Democratic Party. He kept saying we, but I point that out. Not why do you say it's not a we?
I mean, he's saying we, but in this we, you mean me. Because a lot of that shit that you're saying, I don't agree with. So there's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no we.
And when I point out that he's saying we, I'm pointing out that he's saying we as if I'm not a journalist, an objective person who's writing for the New York Times about politics. He's saying we, the left, Democrats, Kamala Harris. They should be listening to me because we're on the same team. And I should kind of be in charge. I want to be like Charlie Kirk, telling y'all what to do. That says a lot, because there was a time where to be a journalist, you would at least pretend that you're not in this cultural war, picking sides and giving strategy. You're giving strategy to the Democratic Party, but you're supposed to be a podcaster / whatever. But which seems like a violation of some long-held journalistic ethics and tenets that he is not even pretending to have.
Right. Online and social media and for-profit, and with everything being the way it's designed now, a lot of these lines are blurred. And it goes back to Donald Trump. When you have all these people in office and shit like that, all of a sudden people go, well, all these things, they don't matter anymore. Yeah. Even in the quote unquote journalistic lane, where as the public, we should hold them to if you're doing your job right, you should be held to a higher standard. You just should. But also in being held to that higher standard, when you say things that are wrong, you should be held accountable. And for me, it's very frustrating, because this we means you. And it's all about you, because you're saying you should be in control over a big ass tent that includes a lot of people. And studies, numbers show it's a lot of black and brown people, and black people overall are like, we kind of rock this party. And so you're going, me as a white man, because I'm white, and I should have the right and authority to just come in and brush y'all niggas to the side and say my opinion is the only opinion that matters. You could do that over there with them because it's all white, but you can't do that over here with us.
Okay. So I agree. And I think it's interesting because he's positioned himself as like a person who is pushing basically a agenda to the Democrats. Through his columns, hit podcasts, and private briefings with Democratic lawmakers, and his best-selling book Abundance with reporter Derek Thompson, Klein has shaped the party's strategies and policies in President Trump's second term. He has spoken privately with Kamala Harris, Wes Moore, Gavin Newsom, people who people think might run for president in 2028. He's also spoken with Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, on the sidelines of public events, and their teams have been discussing Shapiro appearing on his podcast, which is so interesting. Discussing him appearing on the podcast is very interesting framing. Like, who's doing the negotiating and why? Like, can he just not come on? It doesn't sound, it sounds like, it almost sound, I would wonder how the power dynamic is. Is Josh Shapiro the one like, I don't know if I want to do that? Or is it Ezra Klein being like, I don't know if I want to have you on unless you like agree to some points that I want to make? When Newsom signed a California deregulation law aimed at making it easier to build housing, he posted on Twitter, We're urgently embracing an abundance agenda, which is a reference to Klein's book that argues Democrats need to go back to pro-growth policies. Klein's column early in September urging Democratic senators to shut down the government to confront Trump's expansion of executive powers was influential in senators doing that for an unprecedented 43 days, according to Senate Democratic officials. Should Senate Democrats partner with Senate Republicans to fund this government? I don't see how they can, he wrote, words that spread throughout the Senate office. And then after some moderates, last weekend said we're going to end the shutdown, he said he urged them to keep fighting, saying if I were in the Senate, I wouldn't vote for this compromise. Now, that's not an unpopular opinion. A lot of people agree with that the Democrats shouldn't have compromised or signed that deal. But it says a lot that the perception is he could have had no power and this would have happened without him. I don't know.
Right.
But the perception is this was how he wants the Democrats to act. But it's interesting in that if he had the power to influence the 43-day shutdown, it sounds like he ran out of power. Like, which is it?
Right.
Because at some point they said, nah. So maybe he doesn't have as much power as they're saying, or maybe it wasn't really about him in the first place.
Agreed.
But even this way of writing about him implies that there's an agenda afoot of him trying to say, I want a foothold on the Democratic Party.
Yeah, my thing is nobody voted for you, so you don't actually have no power or authority into what they do. You can talk to them all you want to do. They can yak and turn around and do whatever the fuck they want to do. You actually have no power and or no influence over them. They will smile in your face because that is their job. They are politicians. Like that's what they're going to do. And so for me, it's like if you want to be the face and the forefront and be in control all of the time. Some of the same people, including you, Biden stepping down, some of these same people down on Kamala. Yeah, you were the forefront of face of that too. But when people started calling you out and was like, hey, you didn't want no responsibility.
Thank you.
So my thing is, if you want responsibility, take responsibility all the motherfucking time. Don't take responsibility half time.
No, I 100% agree. That's exactly what I was going to point out is when he was telling Biden to step down and people were like, yo, this is because of you. He said, I don't have any influence. All I'm doing is just talking. No one's listening to me. But now you're at partisan events for Democrats, which at the times has raised internal concerns because they're like, yo, what's Ezra doing? Everybody here can't do that.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting. And then I think obviously the part for me that's the most disturbing is not even his role. And this is what bothered me about the fallout of the last election. Is this now people like Klein, who are to me kind of moderate, kind of centrist, kind of people that think they're extremely left and progressive, but if you listen to them talk, their left and progressivism kind of ends with like kind of white people shit.
Right.
It's like economic stuff, yes, but when you say like, okay, what about, sticking up for trans people? He's like, we can take or leave that. We don't need that. If you say, well, what about stuff with black people? Oh, that makes white people uncomfortable. Let's just stop talking about that. I just want to win. Is what he'll say, but his win means white wins and black and brown and LGBTQ and Muslim and everybody else's losses.
Yep. Losses.
Like if we just drop these things from our agenda, we might be able to get some of the people that like Trump to come back. Now we both agree that won't happen, so there's no need to discuss that part. But my point being, if they're listening to him, that tells you that this whole idea that this loss was going to make the party come back even more liberal and progressive, this should be a tale that no, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a lot more compromise.
Because a lot of people underestimated the politicians do, and they look at how the people vote. We are the voices. We actually tell them what directions to take. And so with Kamala losing, you know what we told them? Don't take chances. That's what we told them. Don't do anything abnormal. Let's go ahead and swing back to whiteness. And when they swing, they swing further than most, because they go, oh, we're going to go to whiteness. We're going to try to get those Trump voters to come over here. We're going to try to get those Bernie voters like that. Like that's what they're aiming for. They're not aiming for like the centrist people, which they are. They're not aiming for those people. They're kind of skipping over those people. And they're going to the people that they're never going to get. And then you're going to look me in my face with the people behind you with the torches and the hoods on and say, can they come in the house? And then I'm wrong when I tell you motherfucking no.
My other thing is this. How is this any different from what people like him accuse Democrats of being, which is out of touch with the average person? So as long as they're listening to you, coastal liberal elite political wonk who podcast and writes books and columns for the New York Times, now they're a party of the people, as long as the people is Ezra Klein. But when they were listening to think tanks or donors or what, they're just out of touch. They don't know what the people want. But I, Ezra Klein, Superman, I put on my cape. I know what the people want. I just think it's very telling if this turns out to be a real thing. Like, because this could also be Klein and people in media kind of trying to connect him and create a narrative of he's guiding them out of the wilderness while within the party is like, look, I had a meeting with Ezra Klein, but I know he's not determining my policy for 2020 fucking 8. Right. So it could just be that they're over hyping it in this article. But the fact that they are meeting with him, and these are presidential hopefuls, it says a lot about his influence that he claimed to not have in the first place.
Right. And so, it's one of those things where I look, I listen, and I pay attention. And this is one of the main reasons why, even, I'm not going to lie, once everybody got on this Joe Biden need to step down train, I literally stopped listening to all political podcasts. I'm not going to lie. I have not listened to one since. Because in my mind, I would just get furious, and yet I'm supposed to feel bad for the fucking farmer out in Timbuktu. I hear them stories all the time. What about the black people that are starving and not doing, like it wasn't balanced to me. And when people say this shit ain't balanced, everybody look at you like, no, we are balanced. Bitch, you not. You're not balanced. If you are balanced, the things that are happening right now, you should be hounding just as hard for this as you are hounding for Joe Biden to step down. You should say he's incompetent. I should see articles every day. I should see podcasts every day. But yet you're not getting that. But you're gonna look me in my eye and you're gonna tell me that you're equal, that these things are equal, and that there's not a bias. So for me, I literally had to tap out. I had actually at one period of time, I was paying like the monthly subscription to the New York Times to get like behind the paywall, all that stuff, because I really, at one period of time, enjoyed, what they were covering, because they was kind of keep me informed on a lot of things. But for me, I'm like, I'm not giving you a dime of my money when I don't believe you and what you stand for. You tell me that we're on the same side. I do not see you're wearing my colors. Your colors are mixed, dog. I do not see the same color that I'm wearing. And you're stepping in the room and you're telling all these people that it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. I got control. Well, then when people go, well, do you got control of this? Nah, I ain't got no real power. You either got the power or you don't.
One of the things that really bothers me too is that predictably, let's say, because I think you have to be careful with these moves. I feel like this is the kind of move where when Democrats take back a lot of seats next year, if that works out, he's the kind of person that will try to step in and take credit when no credit should be extended to him. He will not have done shit. Right. That will be people going to vote.
Yes.
But the way we construct narratives, we try to make a story out of it, as opposed to like, maybe people just got tired of Trump. They did this last time too. I also think you have to be careful with a guy like this too, because if they listen to him and it doesn't work, they don't reach people. Maybe they lose black and brown votes. Maybe they lose whatever. They lose votes, and they don't get the wins that he claimed they would get with his agenda. he's the guy that blames y'all. Like, he's like, y'all didn't say it right. They never accept, maybe my ideas aren't as broadly global as I think. Maybe they don't work. My ideas don't play everywhere. I think, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Gavin. It was Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom made a great comment the other day where he was asked about the Democratic Party, and he was like, it's a big tent party. But big tent party means from Joe Manchin to Mom Donnie.
Yes.
Meaning all these people are Democrats. We don't all fuck with each other and like each other. But like, there's not a one size fits all solution for the entire country Democrats.
Right.
Mom Donnie can't run in West Virginia and win.
Right.
And Manchin can't run in New York and win. And that should be a strength of the party, not a weakness. But as long as we keep holding our nose and saying what we won't do with each other, we will continue to lose. But in general, this is a broad coalition of necessity, right? We need each other. So when you start excising little pieces off to be like, I don't know about this gay shit, I don't know about this trans shit, I don't know about this black shit, all of a sudden you don't have that coalition and you don't have that mandate to win. You need to build unity.
Yes, and it is a mandate. And the thing is, for me, what's very, very frustrating is like when people see this and people start calling it out for what it is, they act like you're the problem for calling them out for the tactics that they're basically telling you to your face. And you're like, hey, dog, this is going to be a problem, you know, just like and like we talked about online, and you know how the police thing where they was like no police type of thing,
defund the police or abolish the police.
Right. There was a lot of people, you know, that was for this, and there was some cities that implemented this thing, but something very important that you said. These things sound good until you have to implement them. Once you have to implement them and people have to actually deal with these things, they have to have compassion. They have to be patient. Right. They have to have understanding. They have to realize you're going to be in this shit for the long haul. Mm-hmm. Most American citizens are not designed for that. They're going to turn around and be like, bitch, what we had was better. Even though you're trying to make the situation better, they don't want to be discomforted at all. They don't want to deal with anything that makes them scared, anything that's different, anything that's uncomfortable. Even, you know, and so it's one of those things where this is kind of how it is. It's very frustrating, you know what I mean, for me, because it's like you're saying all these things, like you say, if they don't work out, you're not going to take full responsibility. Why? Because you're not an elected official. So, of course, you can say anything you want to, quote unquote, say and write your articles and write a book about it and make money and tour because you were not voted and there's nobody holding your feet to the fire with all these ideas. Because I guarantee you, if you were running for office and you were standing for stuff, people would be in your ass, and then you would have to give logical, reasonable explanations to why you say these things.
Yeah, he just wants to pull out whoever is the Democratic advisors and become the Democratic advisor. And to which I would say, why isn't he just running for office?
Right.
You say we come put some skin in the game. Go out there with some policies. Show me you can convince people other than a column in the New York Times, because a column in the New York Times is not a vote.
No, it's not.
That doesn't mean you're actually influencing people. You might be influencing the party because they read the New York Times, but are you influencing voters? Do voters buy Ezra Klein? Can Ezra Klein go in front of a stage and talk to a bunch of people who aren't just white people that want to buy his book, but actual like real? Can he go to South Carolina and carry South Carolina with black voters and stuff like that in a Democratic primary? It's just interesting because a lot of this stuff is just ideas that don't necessarily have to have any proof behind them. Speaking of which, Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is the last thing. We're already mad, but I'll go to this last thing because I just want to get it out the way for her tonight. Marjorie Taylor Greene has turned over a new leaf. She's asking for obviously the Epstein files to be released, which Trump has reverse course on and says, yeah, go ahead. I want them released too. I also we need to get that out there, which who knows what the fuck that really means.
Agreed.
Because he tried everything for months, including the government shutdown, to keep these files from coming out. And he even tried to say, well, let's reopen the investigation into just the Democrats whose names have come up, not me. Which, and all this stuff is blatantly, transparently, like, partisan and for him to his benefit. And it seems that for some reason this time it's not working. I don't know why it's not working this time. I truly don't. These motherfucking people, these sicko fans that support him, I don't know what their deal is to be like, now this one is the one we're fighting about.
Right.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, has taken a stand against him on this particular issue, and only this issue. This is important. Right. I'm going to put out some things that people need to know. So she's AOC went on Twitter and said that the reason Marjorie Taylor Greene did this is because Donald Trump did not support her running for like governor or senator or whatever of her state, and she's pissed, and so she's making him pay by defecting on social media and in real life. Okay. The other part is Marjorie Taylor Greene is in such a red district. She's the result of redistricting over and over, gerrymandering over and over, to where the only person that can win her district is an extremely crazy pants Republican.
Yep.
But all of us have thought for a long time this person's a grifter. Lauren Boebert, a lot of these, Nancy Mace, so many of these people are just grifters. They saw Trump, it's the age of the grift. They hopped on and said, let me do it too.
It is the age of the grift.
And so recently, she's now been like the victim. But the last thing I want to point out before I play this clip, she has not rescinded her support of Donald Trump. Like multiple times she's assured, like, no, I still support Donald Trump. I'm not a traitor. I just need them Epstein files. Okay. So for before people start welcoming her into the big tent of $40 for $20 steaks or whatever, fuck.
Come on!
20 for $40 steaks. Understand that this big tent is not, she don't want to be in this big tent. She's not a Democrat. She has not flipped over sides. Okay. So she was interviewed on CNN about this. I think by Dana
Congresswoman,
Basham.
you posted on X that President Trump is, with his comments, fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you. Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. And it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions. And I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences. Yeah. And we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
Now, that's a completely changed tone for her. This is a woman. Matter of fact, let's listen to this follow-up question, because actually, shout out to this host of this show who actually did have a good follow-up.
Just to put a button on this, you regret the things that you have said and posted in the past, the Facebook post that was taken down of you in 2020 holding a gun alongside the squad, encouraging people to go on the offense against the socialists, liking a tweet of somebody calling for the execution of Nancy Pelosi and former President Obama. Just examples.
Well, Dana, as you know, and many people know, I addressed that back in 2021. And of course, I never want to cause any harm or anything bad for anyone. So that was addressed back then, and okay. I very much stand by my words I said then, and I stand by my words today. I think America needs to come together and end all the toxic, dangerous rhetoric and divide. And I'm leading the way with my own example, and I hope that President...
She's like, now that I have won my office, I think America needs to come together.
Nobody believes you. people look at your voting record. You're gonna still vote the same way. So
Right.
why would I believe any of the words that are coming out your mouth? You only care because it was a personal attack against you. If he hadn't a personal attacked you, you'd have had another Trump hat on. Yelling and shit at any Democrat speaking like y'all did before. So my thing is I don't believe you. Like
I only believe votes in the first place. Number one. Number two, so you're gonna vote with them 99% of the time. You're not coming over. And I don't know who's fooled by this, but if you're fooled by this, shame on you. Your dumb ass, shame. I think Senator Bob Raskins, I think that's his name. He gave a speech, and this shit was embarrassing to me. Or is it Jamie Raskin? Wow, I hope I'm saying that right.
Let me just say a couple more things to you great Florida Democrats. One of them is, we are a big tent. We must be a huge, vast tent. I say this is a party that's got room for Marjorie Taylor Greene if she wants to come over.
Right.
We got room for anybody who wants to stand up for the Constitution and for the Bill.
Yes, Jamie Raskin, congressman. He bought this shit?
It's very frustrating when you see things like this, because it's like, not trying to funny, nobody from your team or did you do that off the cuff? Because I guarantee you, them words in front of them words you got typed up did not have that in it.
Whether they had them in it or not, I don't give a fuck. Like, January 6th happened.
Yes,
she was on
did.
the other side of that shit.
Yes, she was.
People in your party's lives were threatened, and now because she's flipped over a new leaf for all of 2 weeks, for 10 days of media blitz that she did, you are already like, come on over, Marjorie. Come sit right next to the AOC with that AR-15 you were talking about. Remember, wasn't she? I don't remember she was, but I remember there was a big thing about Congress people wanting to bring guns into Congress.
Oh, I don't know, but
I remember that. I would not be surprised if she was one of them ones. After posting about, threats to Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and the squad. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Right.
What are you doing? This is so weak.
Where's your backbone, dog? Like not trying to be funny.
And it's not strategic. Like, it's not. This isn't you saying, like, listen, anything that hurts Trump, I'll take it. You're acting like there's literally no, like, she a Democrat now. She said two things.
No, she's not.
Rights today. One of my colleagues who left.
Oh, also, peep the audience response. You can hear some boos. A lot of them.
Yeah, they was like, boo,
we
child.
must be a huge, vast tent. I say this is a party that's got room for Marjorie Taylor Greene if she wants to come over.
You heard the boos? They're like, not so fast.
No. Right. And I don't know why he thought that was going to get a standing ovation. They looking like, that bitch, no. She's, like I said, she's still going to vote the same. So she's not a Democrat, dog.
We know, yeah.
We got room for anybody who wants to stand up for the Constitution and for the Bill of Rights today. One of my colleagues who left from South Carolina, Trey Gowdy, said to me on the way out, he said, Raskin, you're not a bad guy. The problem with you is you're a liberal. I said, you're damn right I'm a liberal. The heart of that word is liberty. And I'm a progressive because the heart of that word is progress. But my favorite thing to call myself today is a conservative, because I want to conserve the land, the air, the water, the climate system, the Constitution.
All right.
Ooh, child. He missed the whole point of that speech.
That was a lot, Jamie.
Ooh, child.
You punch that one up.
Off the cuff, child. Stick with your writers. Wrote you something brilliant and you was like, fuck it, I'm going off the cuff.
I feel like someone that does spoken word wrote that for him. Mm-hmm. You see, I'm a libertarian because the heart of that is liberty, but I'm also a Democrat because democracy.
Stick to the script, baby. Stick to the script.
But yes, that's politics till we get mad. Let's move into something else. I wanted to knock those out the way before we did a show with Mike. Let's see. We haven't done fucking with black people a lot, mostly because politics till we get mad feels like it.
It's a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Let me see if I got anything over there that I feel like discussing with y'all. Hold Is there anything for fucking with black people? I feel like there was something. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, we're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with black people. Hey, hey, do I?
Hate to do it to him, but Pharrell Williams, come on down. You might know Pharrell from making music like Happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
had that Lego movie.
The Lego movie.
Mm-hmm.
And being a fashion person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was recently
a producer too. Yeah.
He was recently talking at some event, and he started talking about politics. I don't know if this audio is gonna be that great, but I'll try to like clarify if you can't hear.
As we look at what's going on in the current political climate, I'm just saying I don't want to turn anybody off. I hate politics, like despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side.
So I honestly, when I first saw this, y'all, I truly was like, oh, this AI is getting good.
Real good.
But then people kept sharing, and they was like, no, it was at this event, this did happen. I was like, oh shit. Once the brother started talking about politics, both sides, it's like, you're about to say something stupid, aren't you?
So I think when you pick a side, you are only, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just got to say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and then, okay, now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there black people here tonight? Yeah. And in your heart, do you think for what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're black or because you're the best? Right, so I think now for me it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why.
And it's just false, it's just straw man, right? It's the reason that black people get things is they're black, not because they're the best, as if discrimination works in a way where, like, we're starting at zero in a world where there is no discrimination. Right. Everyone in an office is there because they're the best at that job, as opposed to, I don't know, the hundreds of years that we have that show the opposite, that show that people have been put outside of opportunities they should have earned and rightfully would have gotten, except for their skin color or their gender or their sexual orientation. So it proposes that no, the workplace is a meritocracy, and what's actually fucking it up is when we say stuff like we need affirmative action, because what that says is you're only there because you're black, as opposed to what it really says is you wouldn't be here if we had our way with it because you're black. We wouldn't. If in our eyes, when we close our eyes and say, what's the perfect workplace? Us at the hiring positions at this company picture a completely white workplace.
Right.
And we do what we can to make sure that comes to fruition unless we are forced not to. So listening to him say that is like this Republican bootstrap type talking point from Pharrell, which I don't know much about his politics, but I'll tell you in a second after I finish this clip why I'm surprised that he said it.
You should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of a skin color. That's a point of view that I have now that I'm resting on. And if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever comes back in style, cool. But in the meantime, I want to focus on being the best because I can bank on that, because that's what's going to get you the position. Where, I don't want you to give me anything. I want you to panic and not let me out the room because I'm the best.
So it's just, like I said, this straw man. The anti-DEI initiatives are not based on because we just want the best people in here. It assumes like a level of good faith in people who are anti-DEI that they have not earned. And like I said, it's a bit surprising because I remember during George Floyd and during the Black Lives Matter era, he was pushing this shit. You know, I remember the Virginia Beach mural that was for Black Lives Matter. He pushed that in Virginia, in his hometown. Let's make it happen. In a 2015 Grammy Award, he performed "Hands Up, Don't Shoot" gesture during his performance of "Happy." August 2020, he wrote an essay for Time Magazine, "We Deserve a Black Future."
I wonder what happened.
American Revolution 2.0. He called the protest following the George Floyd murder and American Revolution 2.0 in a June 2020 interview. He started a initiative called the Black Ambition Initiative to support Black and brown entrepreneurs. Well, he's a fashion magnate that filled the hole that died when Virgil died. That someone, they needed another black ambassador for fashion. They picked him up with them big ass hats like he was in fucking "I'ma Get You Sucker." And what I'm saying is that it sounds like DEI and Black Lives Matter, it was good enough for him when it was in fashion. No pun intended. But now that it's out of fashion, he's flipping to the Republican talking points of, you just got to be the best. If you're the best, they'll find you. It don't matter who you are. As opposed to standing with his people and being like, nah, this is fucked up. I see what they doing, and that's not cool. But I'm still in these rooms. I done got myself in these rooms now. They done hired me when they was hiring the black folks. So for all y'all that's not getting opportunities, y'all just need to be satisfied with being the best, and then they'll make the opportunities work for you, because that's what I decided is happened for me.
That's not how that works at all.
Yeah. Anyway, 0 to 100.
I'm going to give this one a 100, because if you're going to be out of politics, be all the way out of it. Because once you start talking and you start bringing your politics into it, people are going to have opinions. And people are going to say things. Some people are going to like it and some people aren't. And most of the time, you're very neutral. That's why a lot of people, not trying funny, everybody has their lines, but that's why a lot of people just let you be and just enjoy your music and shit like that, because they don't have any negative connotation attached to you. You're like a blank slate. And so once you start speaking and once you start talking, now you're going to start hearing the rumbling. So next time you come out with an album or next time you over a project, people going to be like, ain't you that nigga?
Right.
You know, type of thing. So you stepped into something, and the thing is, are you ready for the consequences of that? You know, because now in this environment, because you talk about the environment that we're in, some of the people that you associate with have picked a side and shit like that. They might not come out publicly, they might not voice it. We don't know what they're doing, but people are out there that are like, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And so when you start talking like this, they'll be like, well, I don't know if I want to work with you anymore. Like and shit like that. And all of a sudden, the best might shift and change, because people move in various different ways. And sometimes people do shit and they won't even tell you why. You know, once you get to a certain level, shit just stops, drops. People just stop communicating, all types of shit. And so it's just one of them things. Well, okay, you won't do this. You stepped into something, you're going to have to stand behind it.
What'd you score it?
100.
100. Yeah. I give it 100 as well, mostly because this dude, I wrote for Drapetomaniacs.
Yes,
he was one of the people behind that. Maybe it's out of context, or maybe he didn't explain it right, but
maybe
I don't know how the same guy who does that can say what he said in a room full of black folks. Like those ideas have never crossed black people's minds. Like, if you want to talk to somebody, lecture somebody, that's more of a thing to tell white folks. Like, hey man, do you want to be in the room because you white or because you the best? Because with the looking through the annals of history, y'all been in rooms because y'all white and keep excluding the best. Because if the best is black, brown, LGBTQ, trans, like whatever, you've been making sure they can't get in that room. So these rooms that are supposed to represent the best historically have not. And if you don't include that context in your conversation in that moment, then all it does is sound like you're telling us to pull our pants up, bootstrap it, stop worrying about racism like it's not real, just you'll be fine. Cause look at me, I made it. And if it is.
Right. And it's also, you know, one of those things, listen to him talk, you're going, like you said, you're erasing racism. You're also acting like certain things like don't matter or don't exist in this argument. Like you say, when you make these statements, you need to kind of be as detailed as possible.
Yeah, you're starting from you're starting from an assumption of good faith in the arguments of the people who say the DEI shit is over with because we should have never been hiring people only because they're black. That is what you're saying that meant. And that is what you're saying happened. And you're saying, well, look, that's good. We should be in the room because we're the best. Okay, but that's not why they started DEI. Equity and inclusion is about fairness. What they are admitting is it was not fair. And when they take it out, they aren't replacing it with fairness.
Nope.
They're telling you that was the effort to make it fair. What they're telling you is we're going to stop being fair.
We're going to stop being
fair. And honestly, you know what, man? Dracarys. Because honestly, equality isn't everyone that's black needing to be the fucking best.
No, sometimes
that's not motherfucking equality. That's not okay. Like,
no, sometimes we want to be mediocre too.
I'm not talking about we want to be mediocre. I'm just talking about life. Right. Life has averages. Yeah. Everybody in the room can't be the motherfucking best all the goddamn time.
No, they can't.
And often the people that get to be in a room who aren't the best are never fucking black. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so what do you mean? What is this world you're painting where there's a bunch of mediocre black folks? That is what white folks say about us. Is that, those people just got hired because they're black. You know, that's Clarence Thomas' belief system. And look, maybe, like I said, in the context of the whole thing, maybe it's not as bad, but I just think that's a bad look. And I don't, it's such a tone deaf statement. I hope that it was just inarticulate, because that's the best I got for it. Because I can't agree with that on his face. And and it's one of the fucking things about this. It's one of the worst things about this whole like content economy we have. People are so happy to be in proximity with somebody with rich fame and money. Mm-hmm. There's not a follow-up question. There's not a counterpoint. There isn't, like, even, and a lot of people think of it as adversarial. I'm saying, like, if Pharrell was a guest on our podcast and he said that, I have follow-ups and counterpoints, not to denigrate him, but here's an opportunity to clarify, because they're going to eat your ass up when this shit comes out. And I'm doing this for you. If rather than me putting out this minute and a half clip from this and being like, go get them, y'all, I would be like, hey, hold up. So what are you saying about this situation in that scenario? Are you saying these places are fair? Because a clarification might lead to him being like, no, I'm not. I'm saying it's unfair. It's not fair. It's fucked up. And you're going to have to be the best as the only recourse we have. And in that case, people would be like, I hear you. I don't necessarily agree, but I hear what you're saying. This is just the reality. Because he said we're talking about how we're going to survive, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't really play the question before they give his answer. So that the question could have been one of like, you know, in a world without DEI, what do we do or whatever. But it's like I said, you know what? I've talked myself down. I'm going to go back to 75. I'm not going to give it 100 because those things do matter. And maybe there's a world where we see that and we go, okay, this answer is not crazy. But seeing this in the 1 minute and 30-second context of the online clip, it's infuriating because it's full of Republican bootstrap talking points. And especially when you say I hate politics and both sides are bad. You know what? No, I'm talking myself back up with your cars, because it started with I hate politics and both sides are basically the same and bad. That's just fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I don't care that he did Drapetomaniacs. I'm not beholden to anybody. That's just wrong. That's not smart. You're smarter than that, or if not, you're so detached from reality that you would say Kamala Harris, Donald Trump the same. That's crazy talk. And I think that's such a cop-out. It's a low information cop-out because you never get specific. This is why I wish I was the kind of person that could be on that stage to be like, okay, let's talk. What policies are the same? Let's talk about it. Like you said that politics is all bullshit. Okay, let's talk about some specific things, Mr. You the expert now. So which ones are the same for you? What's up? Like, let's talk about what happened after George Floyd. You called American Revolution 2.0. What did that mean then? Since they both the same, it's all the same. So what's going on? Explain it to me. Anyway.
Yeah, and also it's one of those points where when you look and you go, they're both the same, but then you turn around and you talk about the state of the world that it is now, and that we need to quote unquote be the best. Why is it like that? Because of politics. Not trying to be funny, right. Because who people voted for and who is in office is why you are saying we're trying to survive now. And so when people make that dumbass argument, I'm like, you wanting to quote unquote be different, you wanting to stand out, you wanting to be abstract, you wanting to not follow the crowd and not be like everybody else and not quote unquote fall for the trick bag of this thing and this system that we have. You wanting to opt out, but the shit impacts you because tariffs and all that shit. You're rich, but you are still going to be impacted by the shit that happens based off these politics that you tell me it's the same.
My phone alerts all day have just been ICE at Harris Teeter, ICE at this park, ICE at... That's politics, man.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't both sides.
Mm-mm.
That's terrorism to my community and to the communities adjacent to mine. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, that was an insane thing to say. And shame on the black folks that even participate in that call and response with the Bears. Well, you fucking dumb. Do you not hear what he's saying? What's the difference between him saying that shit and Charlie Kirk saying that shit to your dumb ass? The reason that you're not in this room is because you're not the best. We have the best here, and they happen to all be white all the time. And that's why we had to stop DEI, because too many of you blacks were getting in here. And if you see a black in a room, they don't deserve to be there. Peter Hegseth did that with the military. Like, what are we talking about, Pharrell? Anyway.
Yeah, and my thing is, hearing it in this entire context still might not change my mind.
There's no context you could take me out of and I would sound like that, unless I was doing an ironic impression of a coon.
Yeah, and you.
So Dracarys for me,
and you poking fun. Yes, I can see that.
Dracarys for me. That was terrible, Pharrell. Do better, bro. There's no excuse for that bullshit, especially as somebody who has literally gotten positions and advocated for Black lives and all this shit. Now it makes me wonder if that was just a hustle. Now it makes me wonder if the whole time you was like, ooh, this Black Lives Matter shit is hot. I'm finna run with this to get on at this company, get this movie made, get this fashion line put out. But do I believe it? Nah, I'm not really political like that. I don't believe in all that shit for real, but it's a good hustle. That's sad if that's the truth. I hope it's not.
The same. I hope it's not.
All right. End this with I guess we'll do some guess the race. Let's we're not always 100% woke for real. It's okay.
Oh yeah, nobody is.
This time for guess the race. This time for guess the race. This time for guess the race. This time for guess the race.
Yeah, and like you said, nobody's woke 100% of the time, and the thing is, I could see, and not to sound mean, I could see somebody young and dumb saying some bullshit like that because they ain't lived life long enough to actually experience stuff.
But he's a vampire. He's 473 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
He just look young.
He does, don't he?
All right, let's do this. Florida sisters allegedly caught stealing by covering shopping carts with Target bags.
What?
2 Florida women, sisters, were recently arrested after a shopping trip to a big box retailer ended in theft and a belated mea culpa that could not keep them out of jail. Listen, they with the fight. They with the struggle. I'm with them. This is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm stealing from Target. Okay, we not just boycotting.
Yeah, no, you gonna be by yourself, and I ain't.
I'm not. You not welcome. You a coon like Pharrell. You ain't coming, and I know you won't get me out of jail because you don't support Black Lives Matter or DEI. I get it. You are a coon, and you want the audience to know. Go ahead, Pharrell.
Child, give me my tap dancing shoes. Do 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 do. Cause nigga, you on your own.
Afnani Kamel and Hala Kamel stand accused of 1 count each of grand theft and conspiracy to commit grand theft. Deputies arrived at a Target on November 4th in a small town. Who cares what the fuck where it's at? Davenport, Grandview Parkway in Davenport, Florida. Okay, it's close to Orlando. The sisters were already in custody at the loss prevention office when officers arrived just before 9 p.m. The store said the defendants walked in around 7:30. They said he witnessed Hala and Afnani to make rapid selections throughout the store, placed them in the one of two Target shopping carts they both had in their possession at the time of the incident. The employee stated he witnessed Hala and Afnani attempt to conceal some of the items in the shopping cart by taking Target shopping bags, splitting them up, and laying them on top of the items they placed in the cart. The employee described an attempt by both defendants to conceal 2 shopping carts full of unpaid Target merchandise with the shopping bags. Walking to the front entrance of the store, and then just before 8:30, they were seen on surveillance footage walking past all final points of sale and continuing towards the front entrance doors with concealed shopping carts. Then the employee himself is seen in the video stopping the sisters and escorting them to loss prevention. They said they are alleged to steal $2,487.70 worth of items before tax.
Yeah, that's federal right there. I don't know what it is. Once you get anything over like $50 is federal now.
I wonder how they calculate that. I wonder if they literally go to the like checkout and they be like bleep, bleep, bleep. Oh, this is a federal crime now, girl.
Yeah,
bleep,
yes.
bleep. Oh, that's federal too. You going to jail.
Yep. Somebody verify that shit.
After being read the Miranda rights, they both admitted to taking items from Target and decided to steal the items while in the store and not before, so not premeditated, as if that helps.
Right.
They were arrested and detained in jail. So Karen, guess the race of these sisters. Hala Kamel and Afnani Kamel.
I want to say they sound Jewish.
Okay, let's check the chat room. I mean, does
Arab?
that so okay, Arab, Arabian, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see what the chat room says.
Sound like someone around in there.
Saying in words, Sand, Sarah, and Camel Karen, Arabs, Arab money stealing Arabs, getting Arab money. Henna, I don't know what henna means. The correct answer is let's see, sand falling out of the basket. Oh wow, y'all don't get a lot of chances to guess this, I guess. Anyway, the correct answer is, I'm gonna give it to you, Karen. I don't know. I'm gonna say Arab, but I don't know. I would have accepted white as well, for the record.
Yeah, let's say sound like Jewish names too, right?
Yeah. Here's that picture. So yeah, I would have accepted that as well. But they look white-ish or Arabish-ish, brownish. I don't know. But man, that's like that's a crazy reason to go to jail, but I get it. You know, the price, the stakes is high unless you get them for
20 steaks for $30. I mean $40. I'm sorry, they were 40.
Unless you get 20 steaks for $40, the
20
steaks
ribeye
is
steaks. They are ribeye.
The tariffs
not
ain't
T-bones.
The tariff rollbacks ain't kicked in just yet. All right, let's do another one. Enraged girlfriend chucked a knife at a man's head over a $5 mobile payment to her female friend.
Oh.
Danielle Banks, 34, remains in jail on $75,000 bond after police charged her with aggravated battery and resisting arrest. The police said that she was going through her boyfriend's phone on Thursday when she noticed that he used a mobile app to make a $5 payment to a female friend. She became upset and confronted her boyfriend about it. According to the arrest report, her anger escalated and she called her boyfriend derogatory names. She then allegedly further escalated to violence when she struck him multiple times in the mouth while grabbing his shirt, which police say was torn and stained with blood. Police say she allegedly retrieved a knife from the kitchen and threw it overhand at her boyfriend's head, cutting him in the face. She then reportedly ran out of the home and took off in her car. Her boyfriend called 911 reporting that Banks had stabbed him in the face and then left the scene. The U.S. Border Patrol agent started following her in an unmarked car until she stopped at an apartment a couple blocks away. By that time, according to reports, the sheriff deputies were on the scene and spotted Banks. When Banks saw the deputies were on her tail, she attempted to hide by ducking down inside the vehicle. Oh, nothing feels stupider than that.
Where you going, baby? You still in the vehicle?
She was detained while she was being questioned by police. She claimed she threw a plate into the sink and a shard of the broken plate must have been what cut her boyfriend. She soon invoked her right to remain silent. Her boyfriend declined to provide a written statement and did not want deputies to enter the home to get the knife because the property did not belong to him. He was treated at the scene by first responders. Police said that he contacted his brother to pick him up and he packed up his belongings and left. Banks was charged with aggravated battery, resisting arrest without violence, and misdemeanor. She was booked on where she is being held on $75,000 bail. All right, Karen, guess the race of Danielle Banks.
This is that black struggle love, and I think it's one of them things where
that baby boy. Okay.
Yeah, like this is we because this is from her perspective, so it sounds like they don't need to be together no more. And because it sound like he packed his shit up and left, which means he was probably thinking about leaving anyway.
She looked in his phone and said, who the fuck is Venmo? And
right.
Why is she texting you?
Right, it could have been $5 for lunch, anything. It's $5.
You got a lot of notifications from this bitch.
Right.
I ain't never met Venmo. Daddy couldn't give her $75,000 black. Big Black Banks black. They will be at Big Mama's house together on Thanksgiving. Oh ho ho ho, you crazy black. I hate you, Jody. Black. Call Tyrone instead of police. Cash App black. The correct answer is, and all of you said black, and all of you missed it. She's white.
With that black ass name.
You racist sons of bitches. Pharrell was right about y'all. Y'all are not the best.
Not with that black ass name. 75,000.
That's her. I mean, is that not a picture of is that a black woman to you? Yeah, accept it, racist.
I sure am.
Letting the color of skin down. Pharrell had a point. You know what? I take it back. 0 for Pharrell. All right, let's go to the bonus round.
That was a trick. She got that black ass name.
Karen is 1-1.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, Karen's 1-1. We're in the bonus round. Everything's worth triple the points. Let's see. Let's go with this one. A man allegedly fired into a house regarding dispute over repair he was paid for but never started.
Oh, so you ain't pay him like the 20% or whatever? You never pay in full?
A Tennessee man is behind bars over a shooting linked to an argument over mechanic work and money. Tavares Sheeks, 37, stands accused of 1 count each of attempted murder in the second degree, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, according to the Memphis Police Department. The underlying incident happened on September 21st when shots rang out at a house. A man was injured in a flurry of bullets. Police arrived at the residence just after noon that day and quickly began to search for suspects. The victim was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition at the time. As it turned out, the injured man was a retired 91-year-old former police officer. He shot up a 91-year-old former police officer? Oh, man.
91.
You going to jail.
Yeah, you is. That man done lived a life.
But the victim was apparently not the intended target, or at least not the lone intended target. The shooting allegedly stemmed from a long-running dispute over a car repair that was paid for but never actually performed. John Allen, the man who was shot in the hand, retired from the Memphis Police Department 16 years ago. The station, he told the TV station that it was his girlfriend in the extended argument with the defendant. The woman said she paid Sheeks $1,200 to fix her Dodge Challenger several months prior, but that the work never even began. So the woman demanded her money back, and over time the argument escalated. Well, what kind of customer service is that? You didn't do the work and you won't give me a refund? And you shoot at me? The defendant apparently showed up at the home, knocked on the door, and said, "I got your money." When the woman opened the door, he was already positioned at the curb along with 2 other individuals. The trio began shooting multiple rounds into the residence.
What?
What kind of
So you show up at my house.
Okay. Why is that the part that bothered you the most? Because I was going with who the fuck are the two other people willing to murder somebody over
the backup killers
over a homeboy's
dispute
over $1,200 for a job he didn't do. Who are these people? You can't call me and be like, Rod, we need to kill some people. And I'm like, what happened? Okay, so I was supposed to fix their carburetor, but I didn't. And that bitch got a little too mouthy. And so it's time for murder.
Chap. You be like, Rod, you that? Nope. You don't quit playing on my phone.
I was in the bedroom. I came up to the front. By the time I got up to the front, a bullet ricocheted through the wall and hit me in the hand, said the retired police officer. He said several bullets came in through the front window, which is still covered up with plywood. The house was hit roughly a dozen times by various fired guns. And at the time, what is he, stormtroopers? They didn't kill nobody. At the time of the shooting, 6 people were inside, including a 2-year-old boy.
Oh, you could have hit anybody.
Almost got me, the 91-year-old added. The trio is believed to have fled in a silver Nissan sedan. So far, Sheeks, who was arrested on Wednesday, is the only person charged. Well, they gonna catch the other two.
Yeah, they is. Because they probably your friends, child. All you gotta do is check the phones.
He's being held in jail on $157,500 bond, but he said he could fix up some police cars and maybe do some work for him and they'll let him out. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Tavares Sheeks.
Child, black. If you turn around and tell me it's a white Tavares, I'm the party over.
That N-word smoked the Challenger money, N-words in a Nissans, a shooting over a Scat Pack, ish. Dodge Challenger, she been waiting years for that mechanic to put spinners on her car. Black spinners. No. N-word name sounds like he plays cornerback in the SEC.
Come on.
Pay now, work later. Black. The trio all held guns sideways. Black. Yeah, they was shooting like stormtroopers. Black. Tavares. N-word. When did Rod stop saying N-word? Because we're on YouTube and they have fucking rules and shit.
Right.
And they'll demonetize our shit if we don't say it. If we say it. So that's what it is, Miss Smart. All right. The correct answer is black. You guys all got it right. Yeah,
it's still in my vocabulary now, Miss Smart. I'm not gonna change my language.
Yeah, it's fine. I think especially during Guess the Race where y'all are just putting out slurs basically. Sometimes it don't pass the YouTube standards and practices.
They were like, y'all have maxed it out.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, so we can't make money off of this anymore. All right, y'all, that was it for Guess the Race. Let's wrap it up with some sword ratchetness, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. I believe with Mike Kaplan. All right. Chillin' standoff ends after pepper balls used on screaming man with 2 samurai swords. Getting this Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles on. 2 swords?
2 swords.
November 11th, deputies responded to a disturbance on Mystic Creek Lane where callers reported a man who was on a hillside screaming and acting irrationally. They pulled up on Jose Franco Nunez, a 56-year-old local resident known to authorities from previous incidents. Initially reported to be armed with a rifle, he was instead found with 2 samurai-style swords. He allegedly threatened a victim residing in a trailer on his property, smashing 2 vehicle windows with the sword. The situation escalated when Nunez retreated to his residence where he reportedly smashed his own window with a golf club and threatened to blow up deputies claiming he had a gun. Jesus, he was having a whole episode.
Right.
Despite repeated commands, he refused to cooperate. SWAT was en route. Detectives secured a search warrant for his arrest. The standoff ended when deputies used pepper balls, leading to a surrender without further incident. He was booked in the jail on multiple charges, including first-degree burglary, second-degree assault, harassment with threats to kill, second-degree malicious mischief, and third-degree theft. Why did this man have 2 swords?
A great question.
What are we doing? Why are we just selling these to everybody? We should have a registry. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. And don't forget the sale starts 48 minutes. Patreon and on our website.
At midnight. So by the time most people hear this tomorrow, the sale will be on.
And the link is in the show notes. All right, y'all.
It is.
Until next time. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. Peace.